we're taking comprehensive action to strengthen safety and quality. And we know, as America's premier aerospace manufacturer, this is what you and the flying public have every right to expect from us.
That is Boeing CEO testifying on Capitol Hill today. The outgoing head is being grilled on the company's safety record. Joining us to talk about that hearing is CBS travel correspondent Peter Greenberg.
Peter, thank you for joining us. What is the big takeaway from today's testimony?
Well, the big takeaway is that the story is not going anywhere anytime soon. It's only going to get bigger. It deals with a safety culture that's systemic and goes back decades. Let's go back about 30 years ago. Everything that Boeing did created the epitome of an engineering excellence because the company designed, innovated, tested, manufactured, and installed everything that went into their planes. Then came in the cost-saving people, and guess what happened? They started outsourcing everything with no inspection, no oversight, and no backup. And that's what we have here, supply chain failures where there's failure to inspect and failure to oversight. And that doesn't just include Boeing, it really includes the FAA. So it wasn't just the Boeing CEO being grilled on Capitol Hill today. The real grilling is going to happen with the FAA as well because of their relationship with manufacturers and operators. And we have to change that relationship if we're going to make any real improvements.
Sure, that makes sense. And talk about timing. Just hours before Calhoun started testifying, there was another whistleblower that stepped forward talking about new allegations of concerns within the manufacturing process of Boeing. Tell us more about what this person revealed.
Well, this person revealed two things. One, that the subcontractors were not doing proper inspection. They may be installing counterfeit parts or substandard materials that weren't checked, or that the information may have been hidden. This is a series of allegations that didn't just start today. It's been going on now for 2 years, but they're now all coming to the surface, and each one of them has to be investigated and vetted.
Peter, let's change gears for a second. The FAA is investigating after a Southwest flight plunged within 400 feet of the Pacific Ocean. What else are we learning about what happened on that flight?
Well, that gets back to what we call CRM, Cockpit Resource Management. They were taking off. The co-pilot basically did not do the right thing. He pushed the nose down and cut power. The one thing you never want to do on a takeoff. Luckily, the captain caught it at about 400 feet above the water, applied full thrust, and did an emergency go-around, and they landed safely. But of course, anytime you have a rapid descent like that on takeoff, it needs to be investigated, and that's exactly what's happening right now.
Peter Greenberg joining us live. Thank you for your insight and the context with all of this news today. We appreciate you being with us.
You got it, guys.